Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Partners in Marriage. I'm your host, Dr. J, and it is a privilege to be able to come into your space and share with you for just a few moments some things, thoughts that we feel like can make a difference in your life. Hey, remember, follow us on every form of social media we're on out there. Go to our website at www.partnersinmarriage.com. Got some good information on there that probably can help you in some of the things you're asking. As a matter of fact, got a little quiz there to look at. Where are you in your relationship? Fill out the quiz. Have some fun with each other. Been talking with you now for some time now about communications. Communicate. We've talked about what it is. I've talked to the partner who is talking the most and doing the most, and hopefully you can get it. But now I need to talk to the stuffer. I'm calling you a stuffer because you're pushing stuff down. Instead of talking to your spouse, you're saying, nothing is wrong. Everything's okay. I don't want to talk about it. And instead of talking about it, what you're doing is you're pushing stuff down. You need to recognize that is a problem. And it's a problem first because you've got somebody over there you're looking at on the other side of the table, the bed, the couch, whatever, that loves you. Now, hold up a second. I'm not dealing with this stuff about physical violence. I'm not into that. If that's going on, you got other problems you need to work on, and you need to get out of that mess. That's not right. There's no way in the world you need to be hitting on each other. And this negative conversation, this verbal bashing and bringing each other down, that's not what we're about here. That's not marriage. That is marred, M-A-R-R-E-D, marred, not marriage. So what I'm talking about is for a couple that has looked on each other and you know that this person cares about you. They may be walking out angry, but they're coming back. They may have said some things, but they come back. Look, I just got so frustrated. Okay, we're in that society. We're in that day and time. And we've talked about this already, where people are just off the rocker. They're moving by emotions, and you're shutting things down. Nothing is wrong, or I don't want to talk about it. Stop that. You need to recognize that first and foremost, there's somebody, your spouse cares about you. Okay? So stop doing that, because if you keep doing that, that's the problem. It is destroying the marriage. And you don't recognize it, that it's also destroying your heart. Physically, it may be a temporary space, safe place for you, but it's destroying you. And it could cause this silent volcano that is gathering, stinging slowly, pushing things down to eventually get enough strength to spew out, walk out, or just pure check out. Now let's go through this. Spew out, because that means you've gotten saturated. You've reached a point where that's it. I'm not taking any more. And then all of this comes out, and the person, your spouse, is thinking, where did that come from? What? All I said was the food is cold. Well, it wasn't that statement. It was that finally was the last straw. As the old folks say, the proverbial passage is straw that broke the camel's back. You heard that before? Well, that's it. Well, that's the spewing out. Then sometimes people not only spew out, they may walk out. You come home and it's empty. The person is gone, and you're wondering, I tried to talk. What happened? Well, that spewing, that person who was gathering, what you're going to do is make an emotional decision, and that has nothing to do with logic. That's what you have to be very, very careful about. Or just check out. And what I mean by check out is you carry so much burden on the inside, holding this information back, holding your feelings back, that it's brought about a physical trauma to the body. Some people stroke out. Some people have heart attacks. Some people get some kind of blood issues, disorders, diabetes, you name it. And before you know it, they have gone. They're just checked out. And that's not what we're looking for in your marriage. You got to be healthy. So think about this. Be proactive. You're the one that's been holding back and not saying anything. The stuffer, stuffing stuff inside of you, holding back. Don't want to be emotional. Just walking through it, deadpan face, or saying when you're asked, "Let's talk about it." I don't want to talk about it. I'm okay. Stop that. Be the first. Be proactive. Get involved. Line out your information. Find the time to talk. And then agree on talking about a specific thing. Attack the problem and not the person. Get something with which you can work. Find a framework that can begin. And once you can find yourself talking, be the first one to jump in. Don't wait for your spouse to start talking. Talk to them. Get some ground rules there. Now, that's important. The ground rules are important. And agree to where you're going to talk and where you're going to stop, how long you're going to do this. And above all else, you got to forgive. You got to forgive, because forgiveness is more for you than the person that you are forgiving. You'll be surprised at what forgiveness is, because when unforgiveness really is you drinking the poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't work that way. You've got to forgive so that your system, your mind, your soul, your conscience is clear. So stop stuffing and start practicing talking to your spouse. Remember, marriage, a happy marriage, is not a destination. It is a journey of love.